Hello and welcome into the Go STR live stream. I'm Sam Estrella, your host for the next 15 spicy minutes in the Falaya Focus podcast studio, where we take a sneak peek behind the scenes look at professional Airbnb hosts from around the world that have had such great success. Guests just keep coming back time and time again to visit their outstanding properties. And today I am thrilled and honored to have with me my friend Kyle Moffat from Polliner, Alaska. I'm just so excited, to talk to you way down here. I'm in South Louisiana. Yeah. You're all the way up there. Kyle, how you been, man?
Good. We're doing good up here in Alaska. I appreciate you having us on.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this one, man. So tell me, now the taping right now, we're at, in the middle of September, okay? Yep. South Louisiana right here. It's probably in the 90s, feels right, almost like 100, humidity, man, probably in the 80s, 90s. What are you feeling? How's Alaskan life right now?
It's pretty chilly, a little bit damp, a little bit cold. We're hitting the high 30s in the evenings now in, mid-late September. So Mr. Winter is definitely, knocking on the door, so to speak.
I bet, man. I love it up there. Well, look, let's just have some fun for the next few minutes. What do you say, Kyle?
Sure. Yeah, I love it.
Awesome, man. So can you take me back a little bit, Kyle? Tell me a little bit about how you got into this crazy Airbnb thing.
Yeah, so back in 2000, probably 15, 16, 17, doing a lot of self-education in just the real estate investing space. Happened upon a property in downtown Polliner here, which was essentially, a small apartment complex. Convinced my dad to kind of jump in the river and start swimming with me. And I said, hey, we can turn this thing into a boutique hotel, basically, which is really popular now in the STR space, but really wasn't back then. And so we kind of were doing this before it kind of got popular back in 2018. Ended up purchasing that property and just one by one started adding one rental after another, converting them, from long-term kind of more depressed rentals into the beautiful hotel that we have now, which is great.
Absolutely, man. So where is Palmer kind of on the map here? If I'm looking at Alaska, for all those folks that may not be familiar.
Yeah, so Palmer is about 45 minutes north of Anchorage. Of course, Anchorage is the largest city. Sarah Palin kind of put Wasilla on the map, which is where I live personally. And so we're one town over from that. So yeah, just a little bit north of Anchorage, just a short drive. It's beautiful out here though.
Awesome. And so, okay, you started with this one boutique hotel property.
Yep.
Right. So where has that led you? How many properties do you have now under management? Do you own them? Do you manage them for other people? Combinations, stuff like that?
Yeah. So we kind of did a little bit more of the slow boat in form of we're owning all of our own properties. So we only co-host one other property, which is kind of an experiment / we know these people as well. So it's been a fun property to co-host big, beautiful house on a local lake here. But yeah, we own the majority of our properties. We own about 40 doors. 25 of them are short-term at the moment. We're going to continue to add more. The original property, Colony Suites, is an 11-door property that we have, a couple of 3-bed, 2 baths. And then the other property that we have is some larger 2-bed, 1 bath, 2-bed, 2 bath, and then some 3-2s as well. So we kind of have a good variety of what we can offer the client as far as larger groups down to families, down to traveling couples. We do a lot of executive rentals for people as well that are in town working, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's a great point. So Palmer, Alaska, maybe it's either, to me, maybe it's the traveler persona is either you have family there or they're more of a corporate sort of stay environment. I don't know too many sports teams in Palmer, but I may just be missing out. But
yeah.
But like, talk a little bit more about who likes that. Yeah, who books your
Alaska doesn't have any professional sports teams, unfortunately, because that would probably help a lot. But yeah, obviously in the summertime we have the tourist traveler to Alaska. people literally from all over the world come and stay with us, which is great. We get to interact with a lot of cool people. Also, we have a lot of just in-state people staycationing in Alaska throughout all the year, basically. One of the things we hadn't anticipated with this business is a lot of the local people traveling in the wintertime. We got a lot of people traveling in from more remote places in Alaska to stay for grocery shopping, all the way to doctor's visits, holidays, visiting family, all that good stuff. And the sports things that you mentioned was actually a decent part of our business is, traveling high school youth sports, hockey, swim team, all that good stuff. So a lot of families doing that kind of travel as well.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your seasonality. So, different than, I guess, typical short-term rentals, a beach house or something like that. You're busy, super busy in the summer, and then after that, it's kind of crickets, right? Tell me about Alaska life.
Yeah, so typically the market around here is looking at an annualized occupancy right around that 50% mark. We, based on the revenue management model that we have, we drive pretty high occupancy year-round. Our annualized year-to-date occupancy is about 89% across 22 doors, which is great. Wow. So we're running, between 95 and 100% May through the end of August. And then, in the high 70s, low 80s for the rest of the year. But of course, ADR does dip for that. So you're going to get a little bit better value for money in the off season, of course. But yeah, we definitely try our hardest to offer a great value for the product that we offer, which I think is a pretty strong offer. Absolutely.
And I want to dig into some of these properties too.
Sure,
here. So I love what you're working with. But okay, so we've got high school, sports coming in. We've got families. We've got corporate travel and everything like that. But what are a few like hidden gems or some hot spots that these travelers may not know or maybe have gotten the opportunity to get around to during their stay? What are some of your kind of insider local tips that?
Yeah, so we get a lot of people, of course, that travel to Palmer and they're like, hey, what do we do here? A lot of people are traveling. They're just looking for, like you said, local tips and whatnot. Even just from Palmer, you can go kind of mild to wild, incredible hiking around the area. You can get up in the mountains and have, incredible views of the surrounding area, all the way to like heli hiking, glacier landing tours. There's a local reindeer farm, a local muskox farm, so you can go see the animals. There's whitewater rafting on the Matanuska River nearby. ATV trips to a different glacier, the Knik Glacier up here. So, it can be a pretty full-on experience if you want to kind of base out of Palmer and do all sorts of adventuring.
I love it, man. Just total outdoors adventure vacation, right?
Totally. Yep. I mean, we're in the mountains. If you stay at our property, they're kind of surrounding you here. So once you're here, depending on what you're up for, you can probably make it happen.
I love it, man. Oh, that's my kind of spot. Well, all right, you're teasing me too much. Kyle. So can you take us on a little virtual tour of what some of your places look like? Okay, so awesome. I'm going to bring up your if we could do a screen share here. Yeah. Sorry, I had it a minute ago.
I'll get it. And you can see it now?
Yes, sir. It is coming up. And here it is. Boom.
Okay. And you can see me scrolling.
I can see you scrolling. So Kyle, what are we looking at here? What is this? Who made it? That sort of thing.
Yeah, so this is our direct booking website. Through our PMS, we had a direct booking website for the first 4.5, 5 years that we did it, which it worked, but it definitely didn't look as nice as this. So we actually tapped Market Boostly to help us with three of our, we actually have 3 different brands up here, 2 in Palmer and 1 in Wasilla. So this is our main property in downtown Palmer. And they were able to help us put this website together, which we're really happy with. So checking out a couple of our properties. This is kind of one of our flagship listings here. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath space. Sleeps up to 6 people. We try and offer kind of an elevated product for the local area. So My wife, big hats off to Nicole, who does all of the interior design work and picks out everything for what you're seeing here. But we like to offer, like this is a Samsung frame TV with a nice electric fireplace, high-end touches throughout. Every one of our suites has a full kitchen and in-suite laundry, which the traveling Alaskan or the traveling anybody really love. We get a lot of people that, they'll come off a cruise ship and, need to catch up on some laundry, or they've been in the backcountry and looking to, take a little bit of a break from the outdoors, so to speak. And so when they walk in some of these spaces, they're pleasantly surprised at what they see. So.
Absolutely. This is not a Motel 6 here. This is
sweet. Yeah, and we try and offer a little bit more for the money. And typically, sometimes it's hard to convey that, online. Yeah. But we do enjoy that when people stay with us. They're what I would call pleasantly surprised. So this would be like one of our 1-bed, 1-bath suites here. So kind of the same. What you see is full tile surround, showers. Full kitchens, we get like GE Cafe appliances, and kind of went a little overboard there with some of the higher end touches. But we're super thrilled with how these spaces turned out. And one of the nice things about being in this business is that you get to share these spaces with other people, and generally they're excited about what we've got to offer as well, which we love. And we've had a little bit over 5,100 bookings so far in the last 6 years. I think in total on Airbnb, we probably have around 1,000 reviews. In total, everywhere else, we probably have about 1,500 reviews. The vast majority are 5-star reviews, but you'll always get the guy that is not pleased no matter what. And I'm sure you're in this business and you know that certainly to be true. So
that guy stayed at my place before too.
Yeah, he has. He stayed everywhere. So yeah, we also have. I don't know if you want to take a look at our other property. I can probably
absolutely
present that screen real quick. So this is one of our new properties. We acquired this property about a year ago, and we converted 6 of these units to short term. And this is the property itself. It's 18 units on 5 acres. Basically, it's like its own little community here. So kind of a cool aerial shot of what this is. This is really close to downtown Palmer, the Alaska State Fairgrounds. And these are just the cutest little spaces we've got. Like this one is one of our brand new spaces. I'll show you. So these are 2-bed, 2-bath around the 800 square foot mark. So same thing. We try and kind of elevate the guest experience here in Palmer. I said, in-suite laundry, all this good stuff. So yeah, we're really enjoying it.
That's great. So are there many like larger hotel chains, or what's the kind of hospitality climate around town?
Yeah, so that is one of the things that kind of pushed us into trying to do this, because an hour north of us in Anchorage, the largest city, there's more than 5,000 hotel rooms. You've got all the big brands, the Marriotts, everybody. Yeah. But in Wasilla, Palmer area, there's kind of the local mom and pop motel hotel operator, but there's not like a big chain hotel in this local area north of Anchorage. And there's a lot of people here. It's a fairly spread out population density, but there's probably, close to 100,000 people in the area. This is quite a large area, but still, there's a lot of people that want to stay, and we're just getting good feedback for what we have to offer. So because of the quote unquote lack of competition from hotels, we decided to jump into this industry. And like I said, we've had over 5,000 bookings, so people are liking what we have to offer.
Absolutely. I love the quality of the design and the finishes and everything.
Yeah.
You can tell.
And that's definitely Eric on our team. He does a great job helping Nicole build out all these spaces, all the design they do. I'm kind of the nuts and bolts guy on the operations side as far as how we take all this and present it to people and the operations side of things. But yeah, our team has just done a great job with all this stuff.
Absolutely. And that's the quarter 54 property, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. So the quarter 54, the name comes from the pioneer settlers in the 30s. When they all came here, this was a section of land called the quarter 54.
Oh,
So I'll show you this listing. This is one of the listings that's a little bit different than our typical, offer.
there we go.
This house was built in 1935. It's actually on the National Historical Archives. So we kind of modernized this space, but also kept it with its like cottage farmhouse style. So yeah, people absolutely love this. This is our suite one. And I'll show you a picture of the outside here. And it's all of this was the design and architecture of the area in the 1930s. And this is actually the last colony house that I believe is remaining standing in the area. So yeah, just absolutely cute little space. And we kind of mix the historic with the modern comforts and amenities. And so far so good. People are really enjoying it.
I can see why. See why, man. I love it, Kyle. So look, Kyle, where can guests find these homes to rent if they're in the area or plan to be in the area now that they see this and they want to come visit you?
Yeah, so we're all over the web. If you search Colony Suites, you'll find us. If you search quarter 54, you'll find us. Even if you search something like Palmer Hotel, you'll probably find us. But book and direct with us, of course, everybody knows you'll get better rates, typically better service, smoother operations of all the ways that we work with our guests. So yeah, just look us up by name and you'll definitely find us, or go to our direct booking website and you can even just book there direct and we'll take care of you for sure.
Outstanding. So Kyle, I guess let's just narrow it down to one if you can.
Yep.
What do you think the best piece of advice you would give to someone who is interested in standing out in hospitality and Airbnbs like you and your team have had?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that I've done consistently for the past more than 6 years is self-education in the space. I listen to an insane amount of podcasts about STR. I read the books. I read all the help articles on, pricing strategy. I get coaching for this as well. So while we do have, seven-figure STR business, I'm doing self-education every day to see how we can get better. I kind of geek out on some of the data as well. Like the amount of data you can get through Price Labs is pretty wild. And if you're not taking advantage of all that data, you're really leaving a lot on the table. Because you can kind of take your business from mild to wild if you're willing to put in a little effort of learning how the industry works, learning what the guest wants, learning how the pricing models work, learning about, occupancy in your area, all that thing. So keep learning all day, every day, and implement these strategies, test and tune, and you're going to do all right.
Yeah. Just like you guys have, Kyle. Man, well, look, thanks so much for joining me here today, for showing us around. And thank you, everybody, for joining in. So, again, we're at the Falaya Focus podcast studio. I'm Sam with Go STR Marketing. Guys, check out Kyle Moffat in Palmer, Alaska. If you don't want to go, if you didn't know about it before, I'm sure you want to go now and stay at those, those splendid places these guys own and operate. Yeah, as you can tell, these are definitely professional operators that I would highly recommend. So thanks for tuning in here at Go STR Live. Again, Kyle, thanks for joining me. Good to talk to you as always.
All right, take care.
All right, you too. See you guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye.